Inoculation project announcement. Folks, I got some exciting news to share. As you all know, Dr. Hudson has been continuing her research in the lab at AVR Medical. Well, she's just reported to N to let us know that she's made a significant breakthrough, and it looks like an inoculation against the scorched plague could soon become a reality. Let's all keep our fingers crossed and make sure to do everything we can to help Claire complete her work. Our only survival depends on it. Scorch research. Introduction. The Scorch, the field study, Dr. Claire Hudson. Those of us struggling to survive in the post-war world face countless threats. The search for safe and sustainable resources of food and water will be enough to challenge anyone. But the strange mutated creatures appearing throughout the region greatly increase the dangers of day-to-day life. None of these threats, however, compare to the Scorched. To better understand these monsters of the wasteland, I spent time observing them and gathering information from those individuals lucky enough to survive first-hand encounters with the Scorched. There are still far more questions than answers, but I believe I have made progress in my understanding of the enigmatic and fearsome creatures. Details on specific subjects follow. Scorched Beast. The name conjures terrifying images of huge mutated bats that poison the ground and warp living creatures into deadly thralls. We first learned about the Scorched Beast from the Brotherhood of Steel, whose soldiers encountered the creatures to the southeast. First, nobody believed that they were describing what could be real. We thought it was a bullshit story giving the Brotherhood an excuse to commandeer our ammo and supplies. We were wrong. I'd never forget the first time I saw one of those monstrosities. Black wings against a blood-red sunset. Talk about a reality check. We do know far too little about these creatures, but we do know they aren't strictly nocturnal. They also seem equally willing to move alone or in small groups, and they're highly aggressive. Worse than that, they're dangerously radioactive, which I believe is an important clue about their origin. If we ever get hold of one for study, I think we can learn about them. A lot about them. Unfortunately, being anywhere close to the scorched beaches is near certain death sentence, and not just because of the radiation. I'll cover it more in the next entry. The Scorched Plague. I'd love to give a detailed explanation of what the Scorched Plague is and how it works, but right now we do know so little. This wouldn't be possible. Frankly, it's damn frustrating. What we do know is that living creatures that come into contact with a Scorched Beast sometimes begin to mutate. The victim's skin turns dark, almost black, with a smell of ash. Some kind of biochemical process takes hold at this point. Lesions that burn with intense heat begin to form on the victim's body. The affected creature appears to be covered in smoldering embers. In the case of humans, higher mental function eventually disappears, replaced by extreme, almost animalistic aggression. We call the creatures that are transformed in that way the Scorched. Needless to say, watching a friend or loved one go through this process is both horrifying and heartbreaking. Worse, there's almost nothing we can do about it. I say almost because we've been able to gather enough information about the Scorched Plague that we might be able to develop a vaccine against it. That's a huge maybe, but recently found some equipment at the AVR Medical Center that's in pretty good shape. With the right facilities and a steady supply of Scorch to study, we might just find a way to counter this terrible disease and possibly even reverse it. Only time will tell. The anti-Scorch tactics. I hope by now I've made some point crystal clear. The Scorched are lethal, nothing less than an existential threat. If we cannot find a way to defeat them or in the very least contain them, there's no reason to think they won't spread far and wide, transforming or destroying everything in their path. We don't know nearly enough about the Scorch to develop real tactics. What we know so far mostly amounts to common sense approaches for dealing with deadly predator. I'll summarize these points below. If you're unfortunate enough to encounter a Scorched Beast, likely because it decided to hunt you, do everything in your power to keep away from it. If you got a gun and find an enclosed space to fire from, that's ideal. Scorched Beasts are too big to fit in the small spaces. Remember, they emit strong radiation. That, coupled with their powerful bite, should compel you to keep your distance at all costs. If you got no other choice, you should at least consider using some Rad-X before you engage the creature at close range. Scorched humans are savage and deadly, while their ability to speak is limited. Don't think they're mindless. They retain enough intelligence and memory to use guns and other weapons, and they're hostile to just about everything they perceive as a threat. Fight the Scorched as you would a raider, albeit one with a deadly plague, of vital importance in keeping your distance to maximize the risk of infection. Stay in cover when you can, but give ground when you need to. Do not let them get close. I know that's not much to go on. There's still much we don't know about these creatures. Hopefully it'll help at least a little. This concludes my report. Messages. Has anyone seen Larry Pickerman? Please keep an eye out for Larry. He's been missing a couple days. If you haven't seen him, he's about 6 feet, brown hair, green eyes, mid-50s. Came in with the last big group of refugees. You might remember him as the electrician who decided to do some unsolicited work on our main computer. I'm sure he meant well, but we had to have him escorted. We had to have him escorted out of the command center. Anyway, hopefully he's okay. He borrowed my only screwdriver, and I really need it back. So if you see him, send him my way, Jeff. Dealing with the Brotherhood. I've been a member of the responders almost since from the start. Like all of you, I put my life on the line to save the lives of others more times than I can remember. Our mission is important. That's why we can't let the Brotherhood push us around. Of course, we help anyone where we can, but you all know our resources are limited. The Brotherhood's been making increasing demands for resources and supplies in the name of holding back the Scorch. But the Scorch aren't the only threat around here, and the responders aren't working to fight a war. Looking to fight a war. We're healers, we're teachers, we're not soldiers. When a brother comes asking for your ammo, your stim packs, your water, whatever it is, think carefully. Someone out there might need those supplies to survive. They ask you to join their ranks because you got skills they can use. Remember that we need those skills just as much, maybe more. We don't have the benefit of power armor and heavy weapons. All we got is training, knowledge, and courage. That's been enough so far, and I hope we can keep it that way. I'm not saying the Brotherhood still is our enemy. We're on the same side, but lately we're not really friends either. All I'm asking is you stay focused on the mission, our duty, our mission, and no matter what they might ask of you. Rachel Price. Some sad news to share. Some of you might have heard about Rachel already, but for those of you who don't, she's said goodbye to the responders and joined the Brotherhood of Steel to work as a combat medic. We'll all miss her and we'll wish her the best. In the meantime, the few minutes we have left, we're working around the clock. We'll be starting the medical training program up again to help fill in the gaps. Please volunteer if you can to spare time.
Attention all responders. This is a top priority message. Radar has spotted an inbound cargo bot. We've got to secure the landing zone so we can make the drop. We need those supplies, but the cargo bot's going to attract attention, so get ready for a fight.
They must got bullets to spare. They shooting at nothing.
Attention responders. Cargo bot is now on final approach. Eyes to the sky, people.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to? Get out of here before these niggas start shooting at me. So I got a sword. That's what I kind of wanted. I wanted to do a melee character. I even went back and rolled a new character. That's the picture you see right there that said level 1. But it's not him. This character name is Mukite. He's level 11 right now. I don't even know if this shit is recording. Hold on. Store all junk. Okay. Weapons. What is this? The fire axe. Do 39. But the sword I just got do 26, but it's faster. Restore this. Let's do 50 and it shoot 308s. Let's do 45 and it shoot 308s. So let's store that. Oh, but hold on, I'm tripping. Hold on. 308s and do 44. We don't need that. Shotgun save my ass. Do 20. Shoot 38s. This only do 15. The machete need to be switched for the sword. Oh, that is the sword. What can I craft with this station here? Ammo. We got 44, 45s of 44, 45, or 50. I don't have nothing that even shoot 50s. 44. 44. So I need the 44s. Yeah, I'm a rest. This shit make you devote all your attention to it. You can't think. I'm about to lay back. I need to do my workout. I missed another day, damn, but I did make up the one I missed on my rest day on Sunday, but I missed yesterday like a motherfucker because this girl was going to play this with me. I was waiting all night to see if she wanted to play. Alright, let's see. Store all junk. Apparel. Store this shit here. Alright, Milky Tay, I'm out.